Oh crikey, it's another Koalacost. So, today we're going to talk about the bushfires in Australia. It's really bad, folks. The fires are raging, and you have a lot of people jumping on these fires as an excuse to push climate change and blame climate change for these bushfires. But the reality is also something else. You're actually going to be surprised, but 184 people were arrested for arson, starting fires. People have been starting fires in Australia. Now, I have the proof of that. I have articles about that, and I even have articles about birds starting fires in Australia. It is something else, my friends. So today we're going to talk about the Koalacost and explain what has been going on. So here we have on earther.gizmodo.com, climate change. It's not arson, you absolute effing morons, by Brian Kahn. So it is arson. Okay, Australia's wildfires are a combination of negligence, and it is man-made, but it's not because of climate change. Climate change has nothing to do with this. Australia's bushfires are a bright red warning sign that the climate crisis is most definitely upon us, and the worst lies ahead if we don't curb carbon pollution. That also makes them a bright red warning sign for a disinformation campaign about their causes for anyone looking to maintain the status quo. So they're trying to say that these bushfires were caused by climate change, but they're disingenuous. You see, climate change activists always do this. And here, let me tell you something, okay? One of the criticisms that these climate change activists use is, well, you know, just because it snowed, that doesn't mean it's climate change. That doesn't mean climate change isn't real. But then when it gets really hot, they say, well, look at how hot it is. This means climate change is real. Now, to anyone with half a brain, you're gonna notice that's a contradiction. You can't say the snow, just because it snows, that doesn't mean there's climate change. But when it's hot, that does mean it's climate change. It's the same argument. It's just in reverse. It's illogical. So here on the Post-Millennial, and I've used this source before, you can see the truth. Australia arrests 183 people setting bushfires that celebrities claim are caused by climate change. So, over almost 183 people have been arrested for setting bushfires. Now, what the media is trying to do is say, no, wait a second. Only 24 of these people were charged with arson. Therefore, it's fake news that people are starting fires in Australia. It's true news. It's real news. It is the truth. People are starting fires. It's not a mystery. But over 100 people were arrested for suspected arson. Just because they couldn't prove it doesn't mean they didn't do it. The fact is, these people are setting climate change. And I've read articles where a lot of these people, they're angry at the world. This is their way of rebelling. This is their way of getting back at society.
Some men just want to watch the world burn.
But it's not because climate change. Look, did you know that even birds will start fire in Australia? Here you can see Australian raptors start fires to flush out prey. So these birds will literally, they'll go to forest fires and they'll pick up they'll pick up a fire, a stick, and then they'll drop it in the bush to make it catch fire and then flush out their prey. They're one of the few animals that have been ever recorded using fire. I don't think there are very many. There's this bird, there's humans, and who knows what else. But these fires really are bad. Here you can see Greta Thunberg. The self-described 17-year-old climate and environmental activist with Asperger's, who says, ecologists at the University of Sydney and WWF, Australia, estimate that 1 billion animals has died in Australia's bushfires. 1 billion animals! 1 billion animals has died! They has died horrible deaths. But oh boy, do they taste good. So apparently 1 billion animals have burned in these fires. I'm sorry, I'm just looking at this guy's face. That is a face of trauma. That kangaroo has seen some stuff. And yet we have this article here that likes to make the claim that it's climate change. Despite the fact we have a story here that's clearly saying that all of these people are being arrested. 24 of them were charged. Authorities in Australia say the fires were started by arsonists, not climate change. So here this article says, Australia's rampant and destructive wildfires were started by arson and fueled by dry conditions and high temperatures. That's true. It's been really dry, they got really high temperatures, but it is Australia. But you'd never know it from the Golden Globes or the mainstream media news outlets, because they're trying to hide the truth. In November, a teenage volunteer firefighter from New South Wales was charged with setting 7 bushfires in the region and then returning with his brigade to fight them. Apparently he has set 17 fires, and the pyromaniac has now been barred from access to any firefighting equipment. So a firefighter from New South Wales, started a bunch of fires so he could fight them. A sociopath. And you have a lot of these sociopaths out there starting fires. You see, the media is covering up the truth. They're lying. They're lying because they want to push the climate change narrative. Now, the climate is always changing. I've talked about this before. But yes, people started these fires. And the reason it's all fake and bullshit is because if these people really cared about the environment, they would be pro-nuclear power. They are not. And because they are not, well, everything they say is garbage. So according to The Australian, police arrested 183 people for lighting bushfires across Queensland, NSW, Victoria, South Australia, and Tasmania in the past few months. NSW police data shows 183 people have been charged or cautioned for bushfire-related offenses since November 8th, and 24 have been arrested for deliberately starting bushfires. That's 183 people have been arrested for arson, resulting in catastrophic bushfires. So why do so many Hollywood celebrities claim that the massive fires in Australia are a result of climate change? Well, again, it's the narrative. There's been a drought in Australia. It's one of the driest years on record. But these arsonists are to blame. Without these arsonists, there wouldn't have been as many fires. And you know a lot of them who started the fires are climate change activists. You just know it because these people will do literally anything to push their communism on people, to push taxes on people, to destroy Western society. It's true. Celebrities even use their time at the Golden Globes to outline the clear link between the fires and climate change. So here's what I was talking about. This is where the article basically exposes itself. Yet over the past week, a counter-narrative has emerged that no, it's not climate change, it's arsonists and nefarious green groups who have pushed to stop back burns and controlled fires that reduced fire risk. While 183 arrests have been made in connection with the fires, only 24 people have actually been charged with arson. Yeah, that proves the point that these people have been out there trying to spread these fires further, making the fires worse. And then this happens every single time. Oh, climate change. Oh, it was climate change's fault. Quick, tax the middle class. Take everybody's cars away. Let's go back to the Stone Age. Climate change activists are so full of it. Environmentalists, they don't care about the environment, or else they would advocate for nuclear. I'm pro-nuclear. I think nuclear power would be better, but we're not doing nuclear, are we? No, because these people don't actually care. They're just morons who don't know anything about literally anything, not economics, not science, and not about the climate. And you know how it is, that they're gonna call it it's all lies, and these right-wingers, we want to keep the oil flowing. Shut up! I want to see nuclear power plants, but you don't. So you're the one who's full of it, okay? You're the one who's not an environment. I am the true environmentalist, because I believe in nuclear. I hate how the left uses every single thing bad that happens to further their agenda. For them, everything is political, and it's all proof of their deranged worldview. But that doesn't make the Australian disinformation any less tragic. In some ways, it's more so as it comes at the start of the decade when the world needs to get its ass in gear to solve the climate crisis. How about we solve the economic crisis first? The lies being spread about the fire show that we won't get the world to take the needed actions without a serious fight with bad faith actors. You're the bad faith actor, okay? You don't care about anything. You just want to feel good. You want to feel like you're the hero of your own story. But you're not. I don't see you arguing against China, against India. It's always America and Europe needs to stop polluting. Screw you. I don't see you talking against China. Go to China. Go tell the Chinese, hey, stop burning coal. Go to India. Stop using electricity. You know what's going to happen to you? you know what they're gonna tell you? They're gonna tell you to take your opinion and shove it where the sun don't shine. And that's exactly what I'm saying. Shut up. But hey, at least we know what we're up against. Yeah, we're up against you morons. And let's take a look at top comment because it's beautiful. Kingsford says, let me stop you right there. It's arson. The cause of several fires have officially been classified as arson. The fact that they keep burning and burning so aggressively be attributed to climate change, but the cause is arson. Trees don't spontaneously combust. There must be an ignition source. There are very few natural ignition sources. So, the reality is we have anarchists, criminals, crazy pyromaniacs, and climate change activists starting these fires because since there's no climate change catastrophe, they have to make it happen so that they can scare the world into acting. Where's the problem? I don't know. Let's fake the problem so we can solve the real problem that's in our heads anyway. What a joke. First of all, eucalyptus trees are flammable. Did you know that? Deanna Doe 2.0 says, Australia is home to a special kind of tree known as eucalyptus. Want to know what makes that tree special? It secretes a type of oil that is highly flammable. Because get this, that's how the eucalyptus spreads its seeds. It needs fire to spread seeds and fruit. So that's the funniest thing about all this. Eucalyptus literally evolved to spread its seeds through fire. So fires in Australia are normal. What's not normal are all these people starting fires. So the media is straight up lying to you. And it's the left-wingers who are calling this a conspiracy because Australian officials have even said, well, all these people are starting fires, yeah. A lot of this is from the arsonists. So, needless to say, it is arson. It is arson. I'm sorry. The climate is changing, but the cause of the fire isn't climate change. It's all these arsonists. The fire's so bad. Yeah, climate change doesn't help. Nobody's saying it doesn't. That's part of it. But to say that, oh, this is because of climate change, you're just lying. But that, my friends, is pretty much the story. I think we can all agree that the Koalacost is certainly horrible, and that many animals have died, but all those arsonists certainly didn't help, and all of these leftists are just using this to push their agenda. But that's merely the obvious. Well, that's all for now, folks. What do you think about the Australian fires? Now, for one, I really don't care if all the koalas, basically die. I know it's harsh, but koalas are terrible. Okay, koalas are smooth brains. Their brains are very smooth, and they all have STDs. Koalas are not very nice creatures. But be sure to let me know what you think. Now, as always, if you want to support the content that I make, you can join me on Patreon or Subscribestar for as low as $1. There is a joining bonus if you're interested. Check out my Patreon or Subscribestar page for more details. You can currently donate through Bitcoin. If you're interested, the address is in the description, and sharing the video always helps. Show people the real truth behind these fires. Show them the Koalacost. As always, thanks for watching. This has been Mr. Obvious, and I'll see you all next time.